Tonight on Newswatch 18, find out how energy drinks could be dangerous for your health.
And hear all about how Iowa State students are raising awareness for the homeless.
Find out how the Cyclone football team did in their spring game.
And we have some warmer temperatures on the way. I'll tell you all about it tonight on Newswatch 18.
This is Newswatch 18. Newswatch 18 starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Tuesday edition of Newswatch 18. I'm Maria Lisignoli.
And I'm Will Dodds. Thanks for joining us.
Can energy drinks kill? Most energy drinks contain as much caffeine as 5 cups of coffee, but some teens think they are safe to drink or similar to a sports drink. ISU professor of food science and human nutrition Ruth Litchfield says the amount of caffeine in energy drinks has serious health implications, such as increased heart rate and blood pressure. And if they are constantly consumed over a large period of time, they can increase risk of cardiovascular disease. This is why Litchfield approves of the Food and Drug Administration's new change to add caffeine levels to food labels of energy drinks. Litchfield hopes that this will further educate people on the health concerns of these drinks.
A local student group brought homeless awareness to Central Campus on April 4th. The student-led Service and Justice group at St. Thomas Aquinas Church put on a homeless awareness sleepout called the Campanile Challenge in order to bring people's attention to the problem. For the challenge, they were to build a cardboard structure to sleep in for the night, to experience how it is to be homeless. We asked Garrett Schieber, one of the main organizers of the challenge, about the events and homelessness in Ames.
Well, homelessness is an issue in Ames because Ames is a college town. There's a lot of students who are willing to pay rent, and forces rent up, which and forces people to go homeless. I've worked with organizations in towns such as the Emergency Residence Project, and I've volunteered with them for all throughout my college career, and so that kind of got me, or it kind of motivates me.
Schieber and the Service of Justice team plan on hosting the challenge next year.
In light of the recent cancellation of VISA activities, President Leaf is putting together a task force that will help determine whether future celebrations would either be a total reconstruction and refocus on what VISA used to be, or end it altogether. So far, 8 people have been connected to Tuesday night's riot events. 7 of them, including since dismissed ISU football player David Irving, are ISU students. The 8th has an Ames address.
There has been a recent effort in using interracial families in commercials. Cheerios is the most well-known, with their Super Bowl commercial. It is a sign that companies are noticing the change in family dynamics in the U.S. This has come with some backlash by social media, but ISU marketing professor Samantha Cross says that these kinds of commercials are long overdue. As Cross's research has shown, joint household decisions have risen over the last 30 years. As more women are working outside of the home, gender roles have also changed. Cross also found that binational families often don't have any gender roles, and companies are finally taking notice. With America ever changing, Cross expects this trend to continue.
Google Glass. Glasses that have a built-in computer and camera are being sold for one day and one day only. That day is today. The high-tech glasses are sold for more than $1,500, and more than 10,000 people have already pre-ordered them. There's a lot of negative feedback, however, from the general public about Google Glass, saying that because of the inconspicuous recording device, they are an invasion of privacy. To smooth things over with the general public, Google released an etiquette guide to follow for customers. This guide has instructions like respect others and don't be creepy or rude.
The chief vet of the Houston Zoo will visit Iowa State for a lecture next Monday. The lecture titled, "That Horse Has Stripes, How Zoos and Veterinarians Are Helping to Save Wildlife," will consist of Iowa State alum Joe Flanagan talking about his experiences at zoos and his conservation activities, which include advising the Galapagos National Park in Ecuador and giving medical service to the National Marine Fisheries of Sea Turtle Barn in Galveston, Texas. Flanagan will be speaking on April 21st at 7 p.m. in the Great Hall of the Memorial Union.
And now we are joined at the desk by Jared. Jared, how is the Cyclone football year looking this year?
There were some great highlights from the spring game on Saturday. I've got that story and more after the break. Stay tuned. You're watching Newswatch 18. 18, I'm Jared Calvert with your Cyclone Sports Update. Amid the events of last week, the 2014 Cyclone Spring Football game still took place on Saturday at Jack Trice. The game showed positive signs on both offense and defense. Sophomore quarterback Grant Rohach completed 22 out of 38 passes for 171 yards. He also contributed 20 rushing yards, including an 8-yard run for a touchdown in the second quarter. The defense also had a good day, totaling 12 sacks and 2 interceptions. A summer practice still awaits the Cyclone football team as they prepare for the first game of the season this fall against North Dakota State. For the second straight year, senior Melvin Edgem collected the 2014 Big 12 Men's Basketball Scholar Athlete of the Year. Edgem posted a 3.7 grade point average throughout his college career, pursuing a degree in history with a minor in business. In other basketball news, Fred Hoiberg earned his $600,000 pay raise by bringing in transfer Bryce DeJean Jones. Jones will be eligible immediately since he has already graduated. The 6'5" guard led the UNLV Runnin' Rebels in scoring last year with 13.6 points per game. Senior gymnast Michelle Shealy received the 2014 Big 12 Gymnastics Scholar Athlete of the Year. Shealy boasts a 3.85 grade point average while majoring in elementary education. Despite the gymnastics team falling short of qualifying for nationals, the season continues this weekend for one Cyclone gymnast. Junior Caitlin Brown posted her career high in the all-around competition with a 39.4 to win the regionals, qualifying her for nationals in Alabama. Nationals will start Friday and end on Sunday. The Iowa State softball team was looking to break their 4-game losing streak last weekend as they faced the Texas Longhorns at home. The losing streak would only increase, however, as they would lose 3 straight against the Longhorns in the weekend series. Game 2 was close as the Cyclones fell short 0-2, and games 1 and 3 were a different story, however, as the Longhorns would win in 5 innings 6-19 and 1-17 respectively. The Cyclones hosted North Dakota in a doubleheader today at home. The Lady Cyclones broke their losing streak as they won both games 10-7 and 16-7 in 5 innings respectively. The Cyclones look to try to continue their momentum tomorrow as they take on the Omaha Mavericks. The game is set to start at 4 p.m. at the Cyclone Sports Complex. Members of the Iowa State track and field team traveled to Drake University on Saturday to compete in the Jim Duncan Invitational. 3 Cyclone women placed 3rd or higher as Jessica Nichols placed 3rd in the open 100 and 200, Bree Wolber placed 3rd in the 100-meter hurdles, and Chris Schumann placed 2nd in the 400-meter hurdles. On the men's side, senior Ivan Tamba placed 3rd in the open 100 and finished 2nd in the open 2 with a personal record of 21.62. The Cyclones split up this weekend to compete in the Kansas Relays, Mount Sac Relays, and the LSU Gold Alumni Meet. And that's all I have for your Cyclone sports. Corey, please tell me there will be no more of this white stuff falling this week.
No, we should be snow-free as we move through the rest of this week, and we do have some warmer temperatures on the way. I'll tell you all about it next on Newswatch 18. Time now is 8:24 here on your Tuesday night. Meteorologist Corey Harguth here with you, and you're going to have to bear with us. We are having some graphics issues here tonight, so we'll just be doing a little voiceover for the weather. So we've had a little bit of everything as we've moved through the weekend. Almost 90 degrees on Saturday for much of the state. Sunday, here in Ames, we saw 2 to 3 inches of rain. Some areas even saw 4 and more inches of rain just moving into Sunday. Looking ahead to our Wednesday, we do have some more rain, but it looks like it's going to be very isolated, and we'll talk about that coming up in just a minute. But otherwise, we do have a warm front that will push its way through the state overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning, which is going to help warm us up just a bit, but it's also going to increase our winds quite a bit as we move through the day on Wednesday. And we're talking winds from anywhere to 10 to 20 miles an hour, gusting up to 40 at times throughout the day. But as we move through the day on Wednesday, we do have an approaching cold front, which it's really going to cool us down just a little bit, not a whole lot. But on the other side of that, we have clear weather with high pressure going to be sitting right overhead by the time we get into Thursday and Friday. So overnight tonight, we will look for temperatures across eastern Iowa to be in the 20s, with Dubuque sitting at 26, Cedar Rapids and the Quad Cities at 29. And the 30s off to the west. Des Moines will look for 36. Same thing in Creston and Lamoni. And so most of us will stay in the middle and maybe even some low 30s across most of the state. In Ames overnight tonight, we'll look for 32 degrees with partly cloudy skies, and the winds will start to pick up, and they'll be out of the southeast at 10 to 20 to start out. Looking ahead to Wednesday, 60 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and we'll have a couple of rain showers. I'm only going to put a 20% chance of the rain showers here across central Iowa, but so there is a chance that we could see a few rain showers moving through our midweek Wednesday, but it will be windy, as I have said. Winds out of the south at 20 to 25, gusting up to 40 at times. Jumping into our extended forecast, we will look for 32 overnight on Wednesday night, so still getting cool, but we do look to stay dry all the way through our 7-day forecast, at least through the end of the work week. 48 for your high on Thursday, 53 on Friday. We do warm back up into the very low 60s by the time we hit Saturday, but we do start bringing in another slight chance at maybe a pop-up shower or two as we move into Saturday. We will keep an eye on that and let you know what you can expect, but for right now, that's all we got for weather. Will, back to you.
Riot on Tuesday canceling all Visha activities, a parade still took place. ISU TV's Tyler Tweeton has more.
In lieu of last Wednesday morning's events and ISU's decision to cancel Visha, one student had an idea to show off what the real spirit of Iowa State was.
The idea of the Cyclone Showcase Parade was that after the events on Wednesday, we really wanted to show what Iowa State really is about and not let the incident on Tuesday define what our campus and the community is about. We wanted to bring the student organizations and the community groups that were going to be in the Visha Parade and really have them walk around the parade route kind of as a symbolic, gesture to show that, the administration and Ames community that there's still a need for a showcase and an event to really highlight the community and the values that Iowa State and Ames as a whole have.
Gunther hopes that Visha returns next year and believes it is an important part of Iowa State's history. For ISU TV, I'm Tyler Tweeton.
For tonight's edition of Newswatch 18.
Be sure to join us on Thursday for more Cyclone news, weather, and sports.
Have a great night, Ames.